Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to make a building's exterior render using SketchUp V-Ray. I'm using SketchUp 2018 with V-Ray 3.6. If you can see, I have just created an empty model with floor, roof, walls and few window and door openings. Make sure you created each and every element in groups so that it is easier to edit. The next step you have to create is you have to put the beams and columns, and then you have to start the designing part. The designing is up to your creativity level. I'm gonna fast forward the design steps to make the video shorter. During designing, try to make use of components and groups. This will be very helpful to edit. I have created the basic model with some railings, and now you have to add the doors, windows and gates. Here I have added some basic components and also with few plantations. The next step is to choose the finishes. To do this, go to sketchuptextureclub.com and go to Textures tab. Now you can select any materials based on your design. The first step is add some basic colors to your model. Once you have added the colors, the next step is to add the actual materials that you have downloaded from the website. Once the material is applied, it will look like this. To change the visual interface, go to Styles and go to Edit and check the profiles. This is better than an earlier view. Now we have to enhance the material using V-Ray. Click the Asset Editor. Move the tab to one corner and change the sun's orientation. Now in V-Ray, go to Settings, change the draft mode and click the denoiser. Also check the save frame. This is the view for which you will get the render. The next step is to enhance the material. Click the material ID and then select any material. Note that each and every material has a reflection. So in V-Ray also we are going to add some reflection. Here I am going to select the wood material and I am going to add some reflection. Make sure it is very light. Don't make it high glossy. Do this reflection process for each and every material. The next thing you have to do is add some bump. The bump should be added only to those materials which would have some undulations such as stone cladding, wooden cladding, etc. Do the same format for each and every material. Add the reflection as well as the bump. I'm going to skip the process. Now we are going to add the glass material. Select the material of the glass product and in V-Ray Asset Editor, click the arrow here. You can see few options of glass, cement, metal, etc. Go to glass. Here I am going to choose neutral. And now we are going to give material to the railing, which is going to be a stainless steel finish. So I'm going to click metal here and I'm going to give chrome finish. This will be similar to the stainless steel finish. Don't worry about the black color. In render you will see the stainless steel finish. Now I have applied all the materials. I'm going to close this tab and the next process is to do the lighting. Before that, just unhide all the plants so that our model will be a little bit smoother to work. I'm going to add few lights in the compound wall, balcony and the pergola. To create light, there are different options such as spear light, spotlight, IES and mesh lights. Here we are going to use the concept of mesh light. To do it, create a circle, make it as a group and then change it to a component. The reason we do component is if you change one circle, that will be reflected to each and every material. Once you have projected the circle little bit, just double click the front face and make it a group. And now click the mesh light button. Remember that mesh light can be added only to the groups and cannot be added in exploded surface. Once done, copy and paste to the number of lights you needed. Do the same idea for each and every place such as compound wall, pergola and other areas. Here I am going to add some IES lights. To do so, click the IES light from the V-Ray and select the desired light you wish. I'm going to scale the light to a little bit smaller. I'm going to add some wall washer light in these two walls using the IES light options. Once you have added all the lights to your building, the next thing you have to do is add a dome light. Just click this option here and place it anywhere in the project. Once done, Now we have to change the intensity of each and every light. First, select the dome light here. Click the arrow. And now you have to add an HDRI file in this image. Select the folder option and choose your HDRI file. If you don't have any HDRI file, go to this website hdrihaven.com and download the preferred HDRI file you like. Once uploaded, go to the texture placement, make sure the environment and spherical is checked. And then click sphere in this option also. Now go to settings, another environment, upload HDRI files here also. Select options, give bitmap and upload your HDRI file. Now also check the texture placement, give environment. Do the same thing for environmental overrides also. Click the arrow here, select this box and upload a bitmap, which is the HDRI file. Make sure the spherical is selected. Now select lights, change the value of dome light, change it to at least 60. Now in IES light, set the IES light in model so that it will be reflected in the V-Ray options. Now click this button, in the value at least 20,000. Sometimes you might also have to give values like 1,50,000, 2 lakhs, etc. just for IES light. And now give from IES. And next for mesh light, select the value as 3000 and make sure double-sided is selected. Finally, we have finished the lighting as well as the material. Now it's time to check the renders. Click the frame buffer and click the render option here. Make sure the render is in draft mode. I have stopped the draft render because there are few mistakes here. The lighting looks dull, which is the HDRI lighting, and as well as this plant is little bit dull. So I'm gonna change this plant and increase the HDRI lighting. Change the value of dome light to 75, go to frame buffer and click render. Once the render is finished, you can see an output like this. This is fine. Now it's time to take the high quality render. And once the render is over, you have to do some post-production. Either we can do that in Photoshop or in SketchUp. In V-Ray settings, I'm going to change the value as medium. You can give high or very high based on your laptop or system's performance. I'm going to give medium and I'm going to change this value to 1080 pixels. You can also give 1280 or more than that. And now click V-Ray frame buffer and select render. Once rendered, the view will be something like this. Once rendered, the next step is to do the post-production works. This can be done with the help of Photoshop or SketchUp. In SketchUp, select Show Corrections control here. And now click Exposure and change the values. Adjust these values until you get a clear image. I'm okay with this clarity. I'm gonna save this image as a copy 1, as well as I'm gonna save the other option, which is the original copy. Now we shall edit this in Photoshop. Upload an image here. For those who don't have Photoshop, go to Chrome and type photopea.com. The user interface is almost equal to the Photoshop. You can tune your image with the help of brightness and few adjustments available in this website. Go to Photoshop, in Filter, select Camera Raw Filters. Change the values here by adjusting the brightness, contrast, highlights and other stuffs until you get a clear image. Once done, click OK and save your file. This is the final output image we have got. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.